104% of tariff is insane. He's out of his mind. Can anybody living in the States tell me what's going on over there right now? Because there's rumors that you people are stockpiling the goods because apparently the prices of many things will be increased. Is that true? What is everyone's reflection to this policy? Did it influence you yet? Let us know in the...
He's a sociopath. Means he's in his own mind and he doesn't see anybody else around him.
And I had to do another video about the tariffs. In all seriousness, to all my Chinese friends, I am very sorry for what we are doing.
In the U.S. that a lot of people are just going crazy. I saw a video regarding Hisense, a very popular brand here in China when it comes to appliances. And people were just at U.S. stores fighting over Hisense screens, over Hisense TVs. So again, there's a lot of panic buying before the tariffs, which have been levied, come into play until they're fully implemented. I think that's on April 9th. So here in China, if people want to buy U.S. products and they don't want to pay higher prices, it's better to buy Chinese. But again, you can buy, if you want to buy American products before they increase in price, then shop. In the U.S., they're doing it. They're shopping. And again, spending money before the tariffs really come into play.
So Trump just destroyed my business, my small business. Trump announced his massive tax plan on items coming from other countries. He says that the countries are going to pay that. That's false. It's the person bringing it in. And I own a small business. I've been in operation since 2018. I've been incredibly successful, basically doubling my business every single year. And it's not a product that can be made here in the United States. But I've had a lot of people say, well, what about the tariffs before? Yeah, I didn't have any. That was 0% tariffs for me, 0% tax. He added 10% in February, then he added another 10% in March, and then yesterday he just announced an additional 34% on top of that. So for all products coming in from China, that is now 54%. So most retail goods, stores, products, there's about a 30 to 40% profit margin, okay? Profit margin. That profit margin, a lot of the times, that's not even a living wage, okay? But that 30 to 40% is how the people that own that business are able to, live. And then there's still other expenses on top of that. 54% tax is more than the profit that most retailers or business owners would make. Well, 54% tax. And I'm just paying that money straight to Trump.
This is already a trade war, right? My boss said our plan to develop the U.S. market will be cancelled. I might lose my job. This is really bad. What do you guys think about this?
Trump tariffs are going to cost my family and my business between 10 and 20 grand this year. And just to be clear about who's paying these tariffs, it's businesses owned by people like me, not the countries that he imposed the tariffs on. If I buy $10,000 worth of hockey pucks from Canada, I'm getting a bill from FedEx for $2,500 for that tariff, and it comes out of our business bank account. Some people are going to say, just find some different suppliers, you'll be fine. Well, guess what? There's no companies in the U.S. that make hockey pucks or baseballs. They just don't exist. And I'm not just buying crap from Timo to resell. We're buying those hockey pucks and running them on our CNC machine here to make them into new products. So we're a manufacturer. We just get some of our components and our inventory from China, from Canada, and other countries. And there's a lot of other businesses that are kind of structured like that. I'm a small company. Our products are not super important. They're bottle openers, but we employ 3 or 4 people. That missing 10 or 15 grand is something I either have to pass on to my customers, which increases their prices, which ends up probably lowering our sales because it costs more for people to go to buy less. Or I take that hit personally and my family makes 15, 20 grand less this year. We're cutting out a couple of vacations. We're not going out to eat as much because we don't have the money to do it. I've got some products that I would love to launch, and they require probably going out and hiring somebody part-time, 20 hours a week. I don't have the budget for that anymore because tariffs ate it up. And I'm small potatoes. This is happening on a much more massive scale with larger companies that are scaling back budgets, saying, we're not going to hire those people, maybe even doing layoffs. So people are talking about this recession risk, like these tariffs are really contributing to that. I got a personal stake in this, so that's why I'm a little ornery about it. I don't want to get too political, but I just wanted to explain how this is kind of affecting my business, my family, just show people, what the effect of decisions like that is.
Good morning, 小韩叔。早上好。As I am sure you guys are aware, markets are crashing. Markets here in New York have not opened up yet, but everybody's expecting it to be a bloodbath. The contagion of Trump's tariffs have spread to all of the major markets in the world because the United States is at the center of most of these consumer chains. Despite the fact that the Chinese economy is, I think, bigger than the American economy at this point. I just want to say personally, I'm sorry. I didn't vote for the guy. My countrymen do strange things. This is a short-term pain that is going to only further solidify the dominance of the Chinese market in the world. For us here in America, it's likely to be a more long-term, I'm betting that it's going to be a depression, not a recession. So I'm wishing everyone the best of fortunes and calm in the face of great.
Okay, so my thoughts on the tariffs. Obviously, it's not really about the trade inequality because, America doesn't make things. Like, we don't manufacture things, physical things. We have education, or we did, where we had great research. Not that we necessarily produced the things that the researchers discovered here, but that's what we did. We have the financial industry. We are leaders in banking and finance, and the stock markets are, world-renowned. We have entertainment, we have communication, we have services. We're not producers of things. So obviously there's going to be a trade imbalance with pretty much anybody. So where are we? What does that mean? What's the aim? Destroying the economy. The question is why.
Hi friends, I'll try to make this quick. I just wanted to update that a lot of you have asked me, when I talk about what's going on in America, why aren't you fighting back? Why don't you do something? And, we've had to learn ways to fight back that are different from anything in history. But we live in a capitalist country, and we have been fighting back with our wallets and being intentional and, organizing to not use our money in various places, various powerful organizations, and now a lot of those places are going out of business. And we stopped paying our student loans, and now I think a lot of those actually will be forgiven. We're making change, we're fighting back. It's just we're also surviving, and we're also kind of scared to talk about it, but I'm feeling hopeful, and I want to know everything about China, South Korea, and Japan.
Hello everybody, I'm Uncle Hans. Usually I don't talk about political situations, but today I want to talk about something that is a threat to the world. For many years I've lived in China, and when we talk about Mr. Trump, the Chinese will tell me he's a businessman. No, that's wrong. He is not a businessman. He is a criminal. So today I'd like to talk about something you've probably heard about in the news called reciprocal tariffs. Now everybody knows what a tariff is, guanshui. And so I asked DeepSeek, what is a reciprocal tariff? DeepSeek told me it was a huhui guanshui. And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. There's no such thing as a mutually advantageous tariff. So I asked DeepSeek, well, what are the Chinese calling it? And DeepSeek said, sometimes they say, 报复性关税. That means retaliatory tariff. But that's not exactly what reciprocal tariff means. Mr. Trump would have you believe that it is a tariff against a tariff, therefore a reciprocal tariff. But when he came out with tariffs on every single country in the world, we analyzed this and we found out that it's actually a tariff against trade deficits. Now, you may think that this is politically or economically logical. No, it's not. Mr. Trump is a criminal, and let me explain how this criminal conspiracy works. He levies a tariff on every single person, company, and country in the world. How do you get out of this? If you are an American company, or if you are a foreign company, or if you are a leader of a foreign country, mainly small countries in Africa and places like that, you go to Mr. Trump and you pledge your loyalty to the king, and you give him a big bribe, and he will lift your tariffs. That's how it works. This is a criminal conspiracy against the world. Mr. Trump was never a businessman. He was always a con man. He has never produced wealth. Never, ever. So that's basically the way it works. But today's character, Guan Sui. I want to talk about the character Guan and Bi. If we look at the character Guan, we see a mun. We see a gate, which is two gates. And we see something below. What is that? Well, in ancient China, they had one kind of two opening gates, and they had pegs that would go into the floor, and they would close and lock the gate. So Guan means close and lock. I also want to talk about Bi, because Guan and Bi usually go together. Bi is another kind of door, and it has a bar that goes across this way, and the doors in the middle, they have kind of where the light shines through. So these are the two characters for today, Guan and Bi. And what Trump recently did, that's a criminal act against the world. So you can also think of Guan Bi means to close. So what Mr. Trump just did is he closed all possibility of rational discussion between other countries. It's basically him trying to control the world. I'm Uncle Hans. Hopefully you'll join me next time as we discuss more about Chinese characters.
Hello everyone, my name's Terry Sweetberry, and today I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of you have asked me to talk about. And that is about the tariffs and protests that have been going on here in the U.S. I'll say my opinion. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. I hate Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter. What he is doing is actively ruining America. Yeah, Americans already have it hard enough as it is, and then Trump goes and makes it harder and more expensive. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just one of the millions of unhappy Americans that are living here. The same day that I made a video eating a hot pot, there was a protest going on in Lafayette. Within that protest, someone threatened the protesters with an assault rifle. Yeah, a Trump supporter here in West Lafayette threatened the protesters with an assault rifle. Yeah, this loser right here threatens protesters with his assault rifle, and here's the clip of that.
Protect the Constitution! Protect the Constitution! Protect the Constitution! Protect the Constitution! 911! 911! 911! 911! Sir, you're out of your car! We're out of line! Jump out of your car! He's got a gun! He's got a gun! He's gonna take off!
And sadly, the country is split on this. Because here's the thing, there's people like me and protesters who are full-heartedly against this, but then you have Trump supporters who are full-heartedly for this. And honestly, Trump supporters will support anything Trump does, regardless if it actually brings the demise of America. And it's just sad because it's scarier to protest now here in America because of Trump supporters. I'm not gonna lie, I drove past that exact protest the same day, the same time, and thought about protesting. And honestly, I think if that Trump supporter wasn't arrested, it could have gone a lot worse than what it did. So yeah, protests are happening all across America right now. And yeah, sadly, a lot of people are just scared right now. I'm scared because this is my livelihood. I live in America and I'm a poor college student. So the country is split, there are protests going on, and I don't agree with the tariffs, and I hate Trump. And that's my summary.
I obviously don't agree with what's going on, and I just hope that things change for the better. I could only hope that, because I live here. I can't wish for my ship to sink, because I'm on the ship. Have a great day. Stay safe. Ask me more questions that you're curious about. I would love to answer them. I love you all.
And I had to do another video about the tariffs. In all seriousness, to all my Chinese friends, I am very sorry for what we are doing. Most Americans are not for this. We do not want tariffs put on anyone. It's going to make everyone's lives globally much more difficult. Those of us that are educated know how serious this is and all the implications of it. Even some of his own supporters are now crying because they're losing millions of dollars because of the stock market. So if I cope with it with humor, that's just because if I don't try to laugh, I will cry. And it baffles people like me that he still has any support at all. But the majority of us, we just don't want any of this. So I'm sorry. And let's see what happens.
I've just been reading news on my phone about my country again, and Trump, Donald, my president, I didn't vote for him. Anyway, he's up to some weird stuff. I'm not even going to start with the story because every hour it changes. So, he wants to take over the world.
Yeah.
He's a sociopath. There's a difference. Psychopath, sociopath. He's a sociopath. Means he's in his own mind, and he doesn't see anybody else around him. He has one goal. So, tonight I decided that I really need to talk to my monks up the street, and they need to smack me in the face and just tell me to stop thinking about this country of yours. And I'm super happy I don't live in America anymore.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live a good life in China.
Beautiful neighborhood, beautiful neighbors, families close by, beautiful wife, beautiful doggy, beautiful condo. I'm just no complaints. I kind of feel like I need to do something to make some change. But you know what? I did all that when I was a kid in the 60s and 70s. Yeah. I'm just going to sit back and breathe the fresh air, look at the moon at night, watch the sunrise. I have no change left in me.
Life is good.
Life is great.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I'm still going to grow my beard, even though the neighbors tell me to shave it off.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The U.S. just raised tariffs on China, and China retaliated. Politicians call it winning, but who's really losing? I saw a video of a small business owner in the U.S. He said his material costs went up by 30%. I saw many Chinese traders saying their U.S. clients cancel their orders. They're not politicians. They're just trying to survive. And that's when I realized when two powerful nations punish each other, it's always ordinary people who suffer. Small shop owners, truck drivers, factory workers, people without microphones, people like us just trying to support ourselves and our families. And now we're all paying the price for someone else's game. The tariffs are not just hurting the other side, they're hurting all of us, and I don't want to see you suffer. It's not a winning or losing game. Our real enemy is the capitalists who profit from our pain, and they would never bleed.
Hi friends! Although there's tense relationship between our countries, we must maintain people-to-people exchange. Political issues is so complicated. It is beyond our control. As an ordinary people, we should respect each other's culture, historical, and tradition, live in harmony and friendly. So, welcome to China. I'm looking forward to visit your countries in the
小红书
Tariffs, another wall of separation between Chinese and Americans.
but I'm glad that people are starting to see the difference between politics and life and people's life, you know. And I'm glad that despite all these tariff situations, people on Rednote, Americans and Chinese, are still friends. They're still interacting in a friendly manner, you know. They want to hear from each other. What are your thoughts about this, you know? And that's what I love about Rednote. People are ready to hear. They are not ready to attack each other, but they are ready to listen from each other and learn, and also find solution to cope with what is happening. We are human beings and we can accommodate, we can change, we can condition ourselves to the changes. I know change is not easy, but it is possible. It is possible for human beings to find solution to any crisis that comes their way. So this is also to wish luck to Americans who are fighting for their rights, despite the challenges that they are facing. We are here to wish you luck as well. We hope that things will change. We hope that things will change. Of course they have to change, and if they don't, we have to adjust. And also, if you are an American watching this and you are applauding what is happening, you know, you are happy that the tariffs are doing what it thing, you know, with the current president in the United States. What are your thoughts? What do you think about this? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let's interact. And let's also have a good interaction in the comment section. Let's listen from it to each other and also learn from each other. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comment section. You can as well support the channel to the thank button. We want to take this to the next level. I appreciate you.